Okay, hi guys. Okay, welcome back. I'm gonna pick up right where I left off. Again, I was going over basically just what components to evaluate for the upgrade. So in terms of basically the concepts, for the basically the upgrade, and if if eventually you just have to just concede and that upgrade was not the best is not the best solution. Just again just pulling down rate. Some of the things that you have to that are fundamental for for the entire process. You just have to have a you have to have a backup of your current configuration. You have to backup for your local software. You have to have backup for your voting disk. You have to have a backup for your cluster registry. That's if you have a like environment that you're trying to perform an upgrade on. Um, and also, number one is you perform a backup. Basically, just even prior to performing a backup, and you have enough space to perform that particular backup. And then to perform the particular backup, and so that you can use that as the restore to restore your current configuration if if the upgrade is not successful. So basically just pull back and make sure you have enough temporary space to store that backup with all those the individual pieces that I've just gone over. So again, you be performing an upgrade. Again, basically just again you performing again just in mind that you performing an upgrade on the software piece. Of course, I'm referring to the when I say again, I'm gonna have three terms that I use throughout this this tutorial. I'm gonna use software. I'm gonna use Clusterware. I'm gonna use and I'm gonna use database. So when I say software, I'm referring to the software that you install individually on your system. The database is a different component. And again, if and when you get into having a rack environment, those two are basically that involves already having those two being installed and functioning as one. So basically, you have to have the software pieces. You can perform an upgrade on the software pieces on the databases and also the rack nodes, which are basically individual individual instances or again in software in individual software local softwares. And so basically, another upgrade that you're performing is on the Clusterware. You be upgraded Clusterware and the ASM. Yeah, and the Clusterware can be again depending on which Clusterware version you have. Either they repackage or they're not repackaged. If they're not packaged, you have to perform an upgrade on the Clusterware first, on the Clusterware and then on the ASM. And again, they do not have to be upgraded at the same time. You can have you can perform an upgrade on the Clusterware. Leave the ASM as it is, and then figure out if you want to do an upgrade on the database. I want to go into the details as far as the different configurations that you have. With those different components that I've just gone over. Again, again, just performing the software installation. Performing the upgrade for the local databases. These are just some of the these are the specific steps that you be specific action that you be performing that you be actually specific thing that you be actually doing to, as you're progressing to the upgrade. um, and so basically so this is something that that's actually part of basically just doing an evaluation. So when I again, what you be doing is you be considering what operating system installed. Again, you have to consider the the kernels and basically just how interoperable the packages are from basically from the OS that you have to local software. And also, this is a very critical component of your upgrade. You have to make sure to review the compatible parameter. It's an initializing parameter that's found in your P file. That's used to bring up the database. So you have to have this parameter has to have the right version of the Oracle for your Oracle database for you to be able to start using it after the upgrade. I'm going to go into the detail how to set this parameter later on. So no worries. So again, compatible parameter. And also in terms of the operating system itself, to perform an upgrade, you would have to have different groups. So typically, when you install the grid software, you assign different groups for and you assign different, and basically those groups are different privileges. Some are just users. Some have administrative privileges, and therefore they can do certain tasks with the grid software. Some are just like the typical sysdbas. So basically, you just have to basically just configure different users at the OS level to be able to do the maneuvering for and the operations that will be required for the local base. And then this is another parameter that you definitely have to get familiar with. It's a grid home. It's a more recent parameter. Basically, this is where your grid infrastructure. This is your grid infrastructure home in 11G. In my current setup in 11G R2. So this is where my grid infrastructure software is stored. All the different files and components, software pieces are all stored in this home location. And again, the Oracle base and the grid home must be separate. Again, as you go to the installation steps, it's basically the DB the database configuration system is not going to allow you to set these two as within each other, so they will have to be separately configured. And also just make sure that once you do this, you have enough memory space on your drive. Again, I'm referring specifically to you having a Windows environment. And then again, if you have a Linux Unix environment, again you just have to make sure that you're setting the right you basically the right permission sets are set for the files and for the directories and files that you be using. Again, so if you be using Oracle base, then who's gonna have access to your Oracle base content, or the Oracle home or the software home? So basically, at the OS in the Windows level, what you do is you just set up the different OS groups, but here you can probably have a if you have a at the Windows at the Linux at the Unix and Linux level, if you have an external X server, then what you be able to do is you be able to both use the Linux offering as well as the Windows offering, which actually allows you to set up groups. So, but typically you just have if you just have a Linux, let's say you have Linux environment, you just have to configure the different the permissions for the different directories and files that are used in the upgrade process. So these are just some of the best practices when you're performing for a successful software rack and database upgrade. First thing that you have to do is you have to drop the Oracle home, or drop it or unset it. So with Linux, you can actually just unset it, use the unset command, and you just unset Oracle home. So basically, so what I'm trying to say is that these parameters the system has to be able to ignore them or to not recognize them for you to be able to go through the upgrade. So again, these may not be relevant because you have new technology. Like of course the other one might not be relevant because you have new technology. But again, I just have it listed on here. So just for you to be mindful that there is an evolution in these parameters, and they might not be the same. And you might have to do research on which one actually applies to your current environment. Uh, so for Windows, like for Windows for example, you would have a basically what you would do is you would just go to, if you have it like if you have it actually sort of infused within your within your actual desktop. Basically, what you would do is you would just again just find out what go into control panel, go into system, go into the advanced, and click on environment variables, and then delete the Oklahoma as available. You have to do that if you have a on your Windows system. If you've set it permanently on your Windows environment. Well, basically, or else what you can just do is you can just disconnect your session. That's the easiest way to do it. Like typically, what I do is, I don't have it set up as a permanent variable on my system, on my desktop. So I just disconnect. I exit from my connection, my living session, and I log back in, and then the local home is not a like this is the terminal doesn't recognize the Oklahoma anymore. So the easiest way to do it. Basically, again, in terms of having a Linux environment, basically what you can do something. You can also disconnect from your session. But if you have it permanently just set, what you can do is you can actually it should typically it's in the profile. It's in the profile, the batch the profile file underscore profile file. I did some a little research, and I found that these two are the specific files for the if you have a Linux environment. And basically, typically you would find this parameter in these inside these files. So you can just figure out which one you have on your system, and which one basically contains this one. Or else, what you can also do is you can just at the terminal level, you can just do a run an unset command, unset local home, and it's gonna unset the current local home location. And also so basically after you unset the home these individual locations parameters, what you can do is you can verify that you have which version of the Clusterware you have installed on your system. So the command that you would use is the ctl. This stands for Clusterware controller. You just query the active version. Basically, again, this is gonna find which Clusterware version you have installed on your system. Again, what you be doing is you take this query and then you match it against this query here at the bottom. So the second query that you be issuing is the CRSCTL query CRS software version. Basically, this one is it's gonna do a it's gonna be a matching. So the first one is this one is gonna retrieve what's installed, what Clusterware version is installed on your system, and then the second one is gonna query which version which Clusterware version was successfully installed, which like a newer version was successfully installed on your system. So you'll be able to tell if there's a compatibility. If someone had previously attempted to perform an upgrade of your Clusterware and perhaps they just failed. So once you run these two queries, if the two queries are the same, then you can proceed with the upgrade. Or if they're not, basically you're pretty much stuck because basically you might be that you let's say you have a 10 you currently have a 10G set up. But you don't know you have a 10G setup, and you find that out by running this active version query. So basically, and then you run you run this query software version, and you figure out, okay, this is 10G is the one is the most successful, this is the most recently successful one. So basically, I can go over the upgrade. Another example would basically you find out that someone previously attempted to to perform an upgrade on your Clusterware and they failed, and then that's the reason why you can't you currently have a, let's say, a 9i Clusterware version. So that might actually hold you back and not allow you, not basically let you, that might be something that set you back. That might be a setback for you in terms of going through with upgrade. Just run these two queries and make sure the two versions are the same. And these are just pictures of basically how to the different actions that you perform. If you're on Windows, you just go into, again, everyone's familiar with the system properties, environment variable, and then just unset it. And also, this is what I was able to. This is a screenshot of basically how to do it on a Linux environment. Again, what you'd be doing is just just unset it. Again, this is just an example of the file where this will be this could potentially be located where these two files will be located. But typically, what you would do is you just unset it at the terminal level, and then make sure that and basically that would basically just unhinge and not allow for that parameter to be recognized any longer. So, in terms of performing, again, best practices again. So typically, actually this is just more recent. In terms of 11G, you have there's a new concept. It's actually there's the, the, a more recent way of basically just enabling rack configuration to be sustained. Oracle came up with the concept of scan, which is a single client, which actually stands for a single client access name. So basically, what single client access name is basically just it's a masking IP address for the different nodes. So basically, so if you have 5 nodes, what you do is you would assign a scan, and then the scan would actually be a reference point for those 5 nodes. Like it will be the name for that that represents those 5 nodes. And it's actually going to be it's gonna be a name, and again it's gonna be a virtual IP. So basically that you can also use that to be able to interact with different nodes. So that's the way that it's a new technology from Oracle. And I think that possibly there'll be improvements on how how it can be used. But again, for now, they use this as an entry point, to the Oracle nodes. And basically, what you'd be doing is you would assign a single client access name, scan name, and basically again that's just a way to regulate access control into the database. So the maximum number of nodes that you can have per scan is actually 3 nodes. So if you have 5 nodes, then if you're looking to have a 5 node configuration, you would have to have 2 scans because 3 is the maximum number of nodes you can have on a scan. The benefit of having a scan name is just load balancing and fault tolerance. Again, because you have one masking IP address for different nodes. So basically, you just Oracle is just sort of in the beginning stages for scan technology. So eventually it's going to be more detailed. But again, you use this typically for just load balancing for tolerance as the nodes are being serviced. Again, because you have this one point of access, one entry point into the different nodes. And also again, the scan configuration has to be on a public subnet IP. It cannot be private. Actually, you know what? Actually, I take that back. The scan configuration has to be. So in terms of IP, typically what you have when you have nodes configured in your system, you have 3 types of IP. You have virtual IPs, you have public IPs, and you have private IP. Private IP is the private is used internally by the nodes to communicate with each other. The public IP is what is basically just set. Basically. Really, if you think about it, there is no true function for public IP, but they just they are sort of they are another masking layer for the communication amongst the nodes. Um, and then you get into the virtual IPs. What basically what I just mentioned, what I just went over is basically if you have a so basically the virtual IP is actually where you would configure the scan if I have it right. Again, because this is an offering environment virtual IP, the load balancing that I just went over. So you configure the scan on virtual IP, where basically you be able to serve, be able to again just sort of monitor the amount of access that's being the amount of attempted access to different nodes, you know, throughout the as they're servicing user sessions. And also another tip is that basically just avoid making any type of modification to the host file. That can really complicate things. I know if when you know if once you know as you know you configure your, when you're doing your initial configuration for the for the rack your initial rack configuration, you definitely have to go into the host file and add some additional pieces in there, like you have to make sure you put in the private file, the virtual IPs, and the public IPs. So you can do that initially, but as in terms of using this file from an upgrade, it's actually advised not to go in there too frequently or to make any changes to that file frequently. So basically, when you are performing an upgrade from a pre 11G or 2 environment, what you'd have to do is if you're in a if you're in a Linux environment, you would have to run this command: the run club phi that sh stage slash pre crs insct slash n, put a note in this slash fix up the directory name and verbose. That's the way to perform a pre-upgrade check on the grid software if you have a for P or 11G environment, and then also if you're on Linux, and then for Windows it's the same command, but basically what you be doing is you just get rid of this that sh. Again, Linux uses the shell script, but Windows does not. What I'll do now is I'm just going to show you basically just what that how to run this query on on Windows. Just give me 1 second. So I have so typically the run club file will be found in here, and so I have my grid software in my D drive. So let me just go to my D drive. So typically what you do is you just again this is the batch file that you need. So I'm just gonna copy this path. There you go. I want to see into this path. D drives, and let me try my D. There you go. And then what I would just do is I would run this command and make sure I'm doing the run club fly slash stage slash free CRS. Again, keep in mind I'm performing a pre-upgrade reading of my Clusterware software. That's why I'm using the CRS. And I'm going to like basically what other parameter can be used for this one. Again, as well for a pre-upgrade reading. So I'm gonna do fix up those. So basically, that's just a command that you run. I don't have a I'm not gonna do an actual reading, but basically, I'm just gonna show you. This is typically when you do that. This is what's gonna happen. You're gonna have this external terminal pin, and it's gonna go through the pre-upgrade sort of review of your Clusterware software. And again, keep in mind, as I told you, so it's shell script. You get rid of SH for Windows. So again, so when you're upgrading from Oracle version 11 GR2 and a point 0.1 or a greater environment, then you would run the command that I just went over. But if you notice, then I have something I have a completely different command that I'm running from the pre Oracle 11G to 11G and anything post 11G. So again, you have additional parameters. Again, you still have the CRS, NSD, you still have the upgrade, you still have the node. But here you have it. You have this parameter, the rolling parameter, and then you have the SCR home, the SCR underscore CR is home parameter, and then here you just place your grid infrastructure home, current grid infrastructure home. Now you also have the desk underscore CR is home. That's where you're gonna put the destination grid infrastructure home for the install grid software. And then here you're gonna put the desk. That's the desk version. That's just gonna be the destination software, destination destination location for your software version. And again, same commands, fix up the end that I can end. If you look at So basically, this is just the reading that I received. I don't have I didn't just specify any nodes, so I'll just run that command. So basically, this is just it's gonna if these are just the different parameters that you'll be using for to do the reading of your cluster environment. I know I have short demo here, but basically this is just the short demo that I just went over. It's gonna cover both this reading for 11G 11G.0.1 post this version of Oracle 11G2, and as well as anything that's pre 11G2. So these commands are very similar. So just additional parameters that you be configuring, such as the home and the current location and the destination location and this type of thing. Just again, that's the only difference between just the reading for doing the setup for that upgrade. So I'm gonna stop here and I'm gonna pick it up right on this slide when we come back. Thanks a lot for watching.